Good evening, weary listeners. This is Sorority, the role-playing adventure through many worlds, systems, and characters, but here to explore the many wonders of the human mind. Tonight's episode of Sorority will be set in the world of Arkham Horror. And with me at the table, I have the incomparable Krystina Arielle.
Hi, nice to meet you. I hope that you are sitting in a very comfortable space listening to this. If you are on an airplane listening to this, I hope that you downloaded all of it and that it does not buffer in the middle and you get to listen to it all the way through.
We have the incredible Becca Scott.
Hi, nice to meet you, listeners. That's me, Becca. If you are sitting on top of a mountaintop listening to this, I hope the breeze is blowing across your face in the most delightful manner.
And last but certainly not least, in my heart, Surena Marie.
Hello. So nice to meet you, dear listeners. If you're listening to this in your bathroom, I hope that you are, having some self-care moments with candlelight in your bathtub. That sounds nice.
Oh, I was thinking taking a great dump.
I did too. I was like, beautiful, lovely smells.
It is your life.
Live it to the fullest.
Wonderful. Have your phone upside down so that the water gets inside the charger port, because that could be problematic.
And now you know the kind of chaos we will be working with today. Stay tuned for the story. And now, everyone, I want you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Let all of the stress of the world leave your mind, all of the errands you have to do, all of the tasks you haven't done, all of the medication you need to take.
Hold on.
Please do it now, because we are going to be leaving this plane and entering a space where we can all play together, where we can influence our paths, where we have control over our story. You can play, you can explore, and you are safe. And we are going to transition to the world of Arkham, a beautiful, sleepy town in Arkham, Massachusetts. It's fall. The leaves are beautiful, oranges and reds. The smell wafting through the air is dusty, and every second of the day as the season changes, the threat of storms and death float on the wind.
Achoo! Pardon me.
You sneeze as you're sitting at your table just outside the La Bella Luna, an Italian restaurant filled with bustling people and crowds as they all wait for their hors d'oeuvres or wine, or not wine, it's prohibition.
Grape juice, special sodas, elixirs and tonics. That's what I like to order anyway.
Are you ordering from the, are you ordering at a
Barkeep. Barkeep. Freddie.
How's it going? A little boy of about 11 runs up to you. He has dark curly hair, chiseled cheekbones, resembles his father, who is the owner of this establishment. You called him Frank?
Freddie.
Freddie. His big blue eyes shine at you as he is the brand new busboy.
Freddie, when'd you start working here? You're too young.
Nona said that I was allowed to, so Poppy had to do it.
Well, what Nona says is law.
It's true, so what did you want?
Give me an apple juice, and if your dad's back there, tell him it's me, and he'll know what to do.
Apple apple juice. Okay, when you say apple juice, do you mean apple juice or do you mean the kind of apple juice that everyone doesn't want me to say?
Freddie, have you been coached on what to do if the police arrive?
The police?
Because I think, no, Freddie, that's downstairs.
Oh, right. Oh, dang it. Oh, Nona's gonna be so mad.
Yeah, she will be. That's the one rule, Freddie. You can't break the rule.
I didn't say it, though. I said apple juice, apple juice. You said apple juice. I'm gonna get you apple juice.
And I meant
He
apple
starts
juice.
to tremble in his little, you see his tiny knees tremble in his little shorts.
Look, I know it's not nice to scare children, but your whole family's business will go up in smoke. Like that.
Up in smoke?
Yeah, your Nona too, so make sure that your Nona and my job don't disappear by saying the wrong thing to the wrong person.
Okay.
And you tell your dad that Bootsy Pumpernickel is on time for her shift today, and don't say I said to say that.
So go tell my father that you said that you're ready for your shift, but that you didn't tell me that?
No, that you were like, oh, wow, Bootsy, she's on time. She's not always late. He's always saying I'm late.
Okay, I'm gonna have you make a little social roll.
I will.
So
Tell the people how the dice system of Arkham Horror works.
Well, hello everyone. So in the system of Arkham Horror, the role-playing game, there is a system where you have 6 dice in your dice pool. And when we are in a scene such as this one, and when you would like to accomplish a task that has the potential to fail, such as convincing a very scared boy to go and talk to his father after he just made a big mistake and mentioned a very illegal thing out loud that he was not supposed to, you have the potential to not convince this boy. So this is going to be a complex role.
All right, so what skill am I rolling for here? Could it be wits?
I'm going to say this is a presence, unless you want to argue otherwise. But I would say you are asking this boy, you are sort of trying to influence this boy to go and lie for you and go speak to the head of the household that may or may not want this boy on the floor doing the job that he is currently definitely not ready for.
For sure. A busboy, hardest job in the building.
Hardest job in the building.
Okay, so Bootsy Pumpernickel is in this narrative scene going to take 3 of her dice pool of 6. And because my presence skill is a 5, that means any d6s that I roll a 5 or 6 on are going to be a success.
Yes, that is correct.
Complex action.
And this is
Here
going
we
to
go.
be an easy action. So you only need 1 success.
That's a 5.
Okay, with that success, you see Freddy's knees that have become wiggly stems in the wind, slowly calm as his eyes settle on you. And he holds eye contact with you for a little too long, as this is the most sternly you have ever spoken to him. And a blush goes across the bridge of his nose, and he averts his eyes really quickly at the intensity of this moment as a very grown woman outside of his family is talking to him very firmly. And
Yeah, no, of course. Of course. Yeah, no, okay, whatever you say. I'll just go tell my dad that you're ready for your shift and that I saw you doing awesome.
and he puts his hand over his mouth as if it were a secret with just the 2 of you, and he gives you a wink and runs off.
I wink at him, and before he goes, I flick a quarter at him. Say, for your trouble. Because he is looking in the eyes of quite a dame. She has a short blonde bob with straight across bangs and wears a simple black long dress with some cute little kitten heels. Of course, her costume is in the dressing room, but she does have a perfect red lip at all times.
Beautiful. And with that wink from a dame such as yourself, back at little Freddy, his step is a little lighter, his heart a little more racing, and maybe a little signs of intrusive thoughts from puberty. And you might have a bit of a tag-along crush as Freddie moves through the crowd, smitten by the attention of an adult that cares enough to give him a secret.
Busboy Freddie's gonna owe me one.
I'm gonna move over to you, Miss Surena, as we leave this bustling cafe, ready for your shift. But we don't know what exactly that means. As you survey the crowd,
I tap my toe in a perfect beat as the camera pans away.
Perfect, yes. It pans away, and that tap, tap, tap of your shoe mimics the tap, tap, tap as we go beneath the Bella Luna, the basement. And that tap, 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 we see the fingers of an older gentleman, wrinkled, worn, full of calluses, but yet they still appear like soft, strong hands. Tap, 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 a metronome, as we reveal a woman sitting at a piano with a man standing beside her. The keys begin to play as we see this woman. Would you please describe what Sophia Maria looks like?
Yes, so Sophia Maria is in her late 20s. She's wearing this, it's plain in pattern, but she's wearing a dress that is the color of sunshine. And around her is a gold locket. She rubs the locket and looks at Peter, sort of like student teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And she takes a deep breath and starts playing a Chopin Nocturne in E flat major, which is a beautiful and difficult classical piece. She's trying to get the notes precise. And even though it's a jazz club, she has been taught that in order to play jazz, you have to understand the breadth of music. And that is found in the most classical of pieces.
As the notes begin, you see a nostalgic smile spread across Peter's face. He nods and falls into the world as you play the notes, completely lost in your craft, as he smiles and dotes upon you. And when you finish, he puts his hand on your shoulder. He has tears in his eyes, and he sits down beside you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that bad? I didn't want to...
No, you don't understand. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I haven't heard that song since my ma used to teach me that song. Naomi used to hate it when I play it. She only likes the jaunty tunes. She doesn't like it when I do the sad ones. But I'm always a bit partial to the sad ones.
I think that, life, you have to have the sad parts if you're going to appreciate the good parts, right, Peter?
Oh, if I've been alive long enough to know that there is definitely always the sad parts with the good.
When I was on the farm, I had a favorite turkey. Her name was Henrietta, okay? And Henrietta was a very good bird, Peter. And one day, so my mom said that I had to go out to the farm, and Henrietta was very well taken care of because she was my favorite, but it also made her the most plumpest. And so...
What you're saying is that they were a good dinner?
Yes. Yeah, they were. But I think...
Sorry to hear it, but
I think that's just life, though, is what I'm trying to say. Life is a cycle, and sometimes we just have to eat, and sometimes it's sad. Sometimes you're a little girl with a gun. You know what I mean, Peter?
Peter is staring at you with bewildered amusement as you ramble and tell the story of Henrietta It's probably not the first time you've spoken of your turkeys.
So good. I love them.
And he laughs and slaps his sort of beer belly. Says, well, if that's all it takes for someone to be dinner, Naomi should be roasting me tonight pretty soon then, eh? Maybe you should take me out back and shoot me in the alley and we can be well fed tonight.
I had no offense, Peter, but I don't think you taste good.
No, unless you like stuff marinated in the booze and the meats, I probably am not the tastiest fellow. But at least I know how to speak sweet words. And I have a few for you. I want you to play for me more. I haven't told Naomi, but I've been thinking about maybe letting a few other musicians have a turn at the show.
Oh, like, I'm sorry, I actually don't know what you mean.
Right.
You can speak plainly with me, Peter. I think.
It's nothing. I just.
Am I getting fired?
No.
Are you going to fire me?
No,
Please
of
don't
course
fire me. This is like the first theater that I had worked at.
He grabs you by the shoulders, not aggressively, but in a way to stabilize you. I'm trying to say I want you to replace me, hon.
What?
You know, the fingers, and as he says fingers, his hands tighten a little more around you. The hands have not been working as great as I'd like, and I'd like to leave with my reputation intact, if you know what I mean. And you know how Naomi is. Everything's got to be presentable. And I thought if maybe I could have someone just be better, I wouldn't have to let her know that I don't know how much longer I'll be able to entertain these halls.
I see. Well, Peter, I would be honored. You were the first establishment to give me a paying chance. And that is a debt in the city that I don't know how to pay back. And being here, I'd be so proud. I'd be so proud to play here with you. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
He takes your hands and you can feel his soft, strong hands and the knots around the knuckles and the strain on the tendons. And you can feel as he grips you, the skin feels more papery, but he's still firm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not tell Naomi yet.
No, and also my Aunt Estes, she had some bad hands, and what she did was just kind of soak them. So,
soak them.
I mean, it's not like a long-term fix, but at least it'll alleviate some of the pain in warm water, like loosen up the joints.
Sure, if you want an old Irishman to have to go give his hands a
nice
bath,
soap. Yeah.
Right, okay.
It worked for my Aunt
All
Estes.
these women and their self-care, baths and masks everywhere. And he starts to get ups and grumbles and a few extra as he picks himself up off the bench and gives you a final sort of goodbye. Yeah, okay, going to do the thing.
Creams work.
Creams, always creams. As he shuffles off through the doorway, in through the back room, and as we see this man cross these halls and we zoom out and get a grander scale of where Sophia Marie is at the piano, we see there is a bar. We see it is filled with unmarked bottles, brown, white, some with flecks of who knows what. This is where you have to get the booze if you want to indulge in Arkham and maybe not have to pay a price or be a certain kind of social status. The Clover Club is for anyone who has gambling money to spend and an ear for listening to beautiful music. It is dusty and dank and definitely has way too many smells. And as Peter's footsteps go across the floor, you hear the slight squelch of stickiness from years of memories and spilled drinks and bar fights and the gods know what else. And Peter passes a room with a star on it. And as Peter continues, our perspective goes through that door. And the star is a dressing room. And we find Miss Iffy Fitzgerald getting ready at a vanity. What does she see in the mirror?
Iffy looks into the mirror, and when she sees her face, she goes, I could use some rouge, or I could not. Because I don't really think it makes that much of a difference. I think some people think that you can see more of your cheeks on stage, but I don't think that's necessarily important for people to see my cheeks on stage if they're talking about me singing, but I don't know. That could be a thing. I think if I put some tape on my eyelids and lifted them up extremely high, that it might be slightly unsettling, but it also might make me look like I'm doing something interesting. And I would like something like that if I were having a beverage. I think it would be great. And I think I really like it when you talk to me like this. And she's talking to her reflection.
Oh my God. This woman is deranged.
I really think that you're the only person that truly understands me.
And as you say that, as your reflection says that to you, I really think you're the only one who understands me. For just a flash, it's almost like your reflection blinks a second later than you do.
She's a very good friend. You are. You're a very good friend. I appreciate this.
This is not an uncommon occurrence for you. The strange and sort of float in and out for you, but you don't tend to pay them much mind.
Oh no, it's okay. We have another 47 seconds until we're supposed to be on the stage. I think that we can get there. But I think if you just come a minute after me, I don't think that they'll make a big deal out of it.
Who are you looking at as you say this?
I have another mirror on this side, so I'm still talking to myself.
Whoa.
I'm looking through the mirror at her, but I think from this angle, sometimes she's nicer to me, but if I talk to her directly, I feel like sometimes she gives me advice that I don't really want to take because she's way too direct. And
Kill them. Kill them. Burn everything.
I can't do that anymore. I'm only allowed to have six Molotov cocktails at a time for any given time. And that's just the decision that we've come to, even though this one says 3. The one on the left always says 3, and that's just not too much. But it's okay. We have a new song today. We're very excited about it. And we're going to sing it for them.
And as you hype yourself up, literally, in this tri-fold vanity mirror like you do before every performance, you're self-soothing before you have to entertain and smile and divine a song for those around you. You count down those 45 minutes, tick, 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 matching the metronome of Peter, tap, 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 as we cut back up to the cafe as a foot, tap, 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 45 minutes before your shift, 45 minutes before the Clover Club is alive, 45 minutes before your boss is screaming at you and demanding, 45 minutes before you've got lives to exploit and money to gain and lives to affect.
You know, if you keep screaming at me, I'm going to not be able to handle it.
Look, well, it's not my fault that the bloody rum hasn't come, and I told Peter that if he was going to... You see this massive, massive woman. It is 45 minutes later. The club has opened. Several of the regulars are in the hall. Card games have started. and there is a lack of booze on this shelf.
I can distract the people. You can figure it out. But it's very important not to make your bad day someone else's.
Naomi O'Bannon is red-faced. If Peter is the soft and strong and delicate music man, Naomi is a brick house. She has short, curly, red hair, freckles covering from head to toe. She is as pale as a sheet and as red as a tomato. She has a thick neck and the most beautiful blue eyes you have ever seen. Her arms bulk as she skulks around, aimlessly, furiously screaming at her busboys and her dancers and her singers. She pays no mind to whose fault this is. Everyone at the Clover Club is a family, and everyone is under her employment. And if something is wrong, you are all at fault. And for the love of God, why didn't anyone check in at the end of the day? How long have you been around?
Mrs. O'Bannon, I think this is a major misunderstanding.
What is the misunderstanding? Did you drink my rum? Did you drink my moonshine? Why didn't the drop happen?
Well, that's something that someone should look into. Would you like me to go out back and see where the boys are?
I would love that. And would someone find Peter? And she shouts into the distance.
All right. Mrs. O'Bannon, I just want you to know, Boosie's going to take care of everything, and I'll be on stage for my number, and I've got a new little spin at the end. I hope you see it.
Tonight, I want you to give me another presence roll to see if you can soften her demeanor, because she is agitating a lot of the customers, and the customers who are already concerned that there is not a bartender giving them access to liquor. There's sort of the rest of the patrons have sort of been being staved off with some card games and maybe a handful of credits to stave off for the gambling cards as apologies. What would you like to say to Miss Bannon to calm her down?
Ooh, okay. Shall I refill my dice pool?
You
because
may. This
it's
is a brand new scene.
Love
45 minutes later, the club has opened. The Bella Luna upstairs has long been closed.
Well, I'm not sure if I'll need some dice to see what happened in this liquor, so I'll roll
this
3.
is a simple narrative scene. You're just trying to calm down this woman.
Alas, I have rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3, and none of those meet the 5 I need for presents. So, listen, Naomi, Mrs. O'Bannon, I know you told me not to call you Naomi anymore. Look, it's going to be okay. Everything is peachy, hunky-dory. We're going to have a great show. Everyone's on time. And I'm pretty sure Iffy is not going to go in one of those existential spirals on stage again. Right, Iffy?
No, I have the perfect song for today. I'm very excited to debut it for you, and it's the most calm and peaceful thing that you've ever heard, and it's going to make the people feel things.
That sounds beautiful. I can't wait to play that.
Yeah, so just get it together and calm down already.
With every word that you all speak, every calming word, every solution, every promise of a special song, and everything's going to be fine and everything's going to be just okay. The moment you call her Naomi, she silently steps closer and closer and closer until the three of you don't even realize you're against the wall. Right. Listen, ladies. I care about all of you. But at the end of the day, my business is my whole life. And if anything goes wrong, I lose more than this business. Do not tell me to calm down when there's a problem in my house. You get it done quietly and quickly. She turns and leaves you three in the wake of her anger.
Okay.
I hate when that happens.
Your show, you are supposed to be on in under 4 minutes. There is no liquor. And the crowd right now is satiated with 1 credit for their gambling.
So I think I better run up to the alley and see where the heck those boys are at.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Are you two feeling all right? Because that was a lot.
No, I was holding back tears, honestly, and I think I did a really good job.
Oh, here, I've got you, sweetheart. And I pull a hanky out of my pocket and I blot under your eyes.
Thank you.
Looking gorgeous as ever.
I thought it was pretty cute.
What?
I thought it was pretty cute.
Like cute, like a baby,
Like
cute,
what?
like hot,
What?
attractive.
What Naomi just did, you mean?
Yeah, I feel like it was one of those things where it's like, oh, you just showed us that you're strong and you're confident in your business and you're proud of yourself and the work that you do and you put pride in it. And she wasn't saying it because she was trying to be hateful. She was saying it because she just was like, hey, don't fuck it up.
It's really insightful.
Yeah.
You know what? I agree. Yeah. All right, let's help Mrs. O'Bannon run this business the best it can possibly be run. And let's get some illegal liquor to these thirsty tongues.
And I will go and sing a warm, uplifting song.
Are you doing that a cappella, or should I go in the back?
No, the music's in my head. Everybody else will adjust.
No, I will just go to the piano.
Okay, so Sophia and Iffy, you take to the stage to satiate the crowd, as I assume Bootsy Pumpernickel goes to the alley to check on the boys who were supposed to get the run from the bootleggers. Let's start with the stage as Bootsy jets outside.
Her tap shoes clickety-clack up the stairs.
As you take the stage, Peter is not there, and you sit at the keys. It seems that the whole place seems to be in a bit of a tizzy. Not everyone is where they should be, and normally Peter would invite and welcome the guests to the evening, but tonight you two are the only one on stage as the Clover Club tries to get its bootstraps pulled up and its liquor poured on those tongues, as it were.
Pour it on the thirsty tongues.
Pour it on the thirsty tongues.
I want to introduce you, okay?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go. Hi, everybody.
Wonderful. I'm going to count this as a social scene. So the two of you, since you are in the room, I'm going to rule that this is going to be a collective role between the two of you, since you are both doing a similar task of satiating this crowd as they are thirsty and angry and trying to let off some steam from a long day of working. And this will be a medium difficulty. They're not, it's not too rowdy, but not having liquor in a liquor joint is not great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my question is, is it too early to use the hypnotic note?
It's not too early to use anything. Your knack is yours.
You can use the knack anytime as much as you want, unless it says once per scene, and then it's that. But the insight is the thing that you only have one of.
Now that we are entering a scene where mechanics and fun doodads can be exploited, let me remind you, players and those at home, our players have access to 1 insight point for this episode, and you can spend insight in a number of different ways. For example, After performing a successful complex action, they can spend 1 insight to add an additional success to the action, or before performing a complex action or reaction, you can spend that insight to perform the action with advantage. They may spend 1 or more insight to gain a clue from the GM about the ongoing investigation or puzzle. They may spend 1 or more insight to introduce a narrative element into the ongoing scene. That could be something small, like something they forgot to bring, or it can be something much larger, like adding an element to the environment or something useful for the situation, just something where you get to narratively have a little control and impact the story at my discretion. And you may also spend insight to avoid triggering the negative side effects of your personality trait when you suffer trauma. So our beautiful players have some lovely personality traits that give them some mechanical boons, but also in turn make some of their role play a little hindered. So insight would be something you could spend to negate some of those negative effects. All right. We are in a social scene. I'm going to have you both roll for a complex action joint. It is a medium difficulty, which means you need 2 successes to lull the crowd and buy your dear friend and compatriot, Bootsy Pumpernickel, some time to get these boys in and stacked. You, I assume, are on the piano, and you will be singing. Now, I will have you both separately tell me what skill you would like to use, and if you would like to use any of your special knacks to aid you by adding extra die or having any special effects. And then we'll do a roll and see how it goes.
Okay, I think that I, at the piano, having, we work at a bar. Like, we've seen, lots of trouble people, trouble situations. So, like, this is stressful, but it's not exactly new.
Yes.
So I'd like to use wits.
Wits? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And my knack of being smart to allow me to re-roll 1 die.
Is that if on a success, or is that just in general you get to re-roll 1 die?
I believe it's in general.
We'll roll it and we'll do a quick check. Okay. And then before you roll, because I'm going to have you both roll together. Iffy Fitzgerald, how are you dazzling this crowd?
I'm going to use my hypnotic tone, which, let's see. When your character performs a complex action to persuade someone to do something they want them to do, add 1 to the result of each die rolled. I guess I should roll with presence.
I would absolutely say singing would be presence. Absolutely. Okay, so you have your pool of dice 6. So you have access to that full 6 right now. You can use as many as you want, but if you need to take reactions, or if you fail, you will have less dice to attempt a different action within this scene. So be as reserved or as bold as you would like.
I'm going to be rolling 3 dice.
I'm going to go with 2.
Great.
2 dice.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. So I have 1 success.
Okay.
Because I have a wits of 5 and I rolled a 5.
Wonderful. And with your smart, you are allowed to re-roll 1.
So I'm going to re-roll this 1.
Wonderful.
And now it is a 3, which does not do.
That does not hit because your wits is a 5. But that 5 is a success, but I'm looking for 2 successes. How did Iffy Fitzgerald?
Not very great. I got a 1 and a 3.
You scramble to the stage. Sophia Marie, you just had a meeting. You don't even know what it was. Your standard rehearsal turned into mentor meeting, turned into... you weren't quite ready to take the main thing. Peter was supposed to sort of ease you into taking over the main entertainment MC role at the Clover Club. And on a night where everyone is a little uncomfortable, a little rowdy, the noise level is agitation. There is definitely the smell of a fight in the air if tonight does not go well. And you sit down at the keys and you start playing. It's one success, so it is a beautiful sound. You collect yourself, but you sat right down at the piano and you didn't speak to the crowd and you didn't have anything to say to them. So when Iffy Fitzgerald steps up to the mic, her soft, beautiful, angelic voice that needs people to hear her before they are settled and soothed and understand your lyrics. But until that moment, Iffy's voice cannot even make a dent over the roar of this crowd as the agitation in the room is getting higher, as bets have already been made and their credits are running out and there is no more goodwill going on. Your voice is not heard as you attempt to sing the notes. It goes deaf as the ruckus. You hear a slam as an empty glass hits the ground.
Hey, yeah, guys, I rolled a 6. I told you I would roll a 6, and I did. Give me the money.
You see a regular in the corner, Tommy Stallone, who threw the glass on the ground, a known thief and cheat at cards, maybe trying to make a distraction, catch a couple of those. He is making a ruckus, is raising the level of agitation. You have... I'm going to have them react to you. You're on stage. This Tommy Stallone threw a glass and is attempted to cheat at this dice game and is getting caught. And as a way of self-preserving, he redirects the attention that would be on him towards the stage and starts berating. We haven't even had any entertainment yet. Look at this. Would you like to keep going with this character, Becca?
Oh, yeah, I was being random rabble, but I'll totally be your Tommy Stallone.
Please be my Tommy Stallone. He is berating the performers on stage right now.
What is this? I came here to be entertained. There's no booze here, and the entertainment is lacking, to say the least. Can you even carry a tune? Hey, Tommy, that's a bit harsh. Don't you understand? I haven't had my fix yet.
Well, you know what? I do have something that is positive and uplifting and hopefully the future of Tommy Stallone.
I can't hear you, Dame.
He screams, I can't hear you, Dame, and throws a handful of peanuts up on the stage. You have 4 dice in your dice pool left, Iffy Fitzgerald, and Sophia, you have 3 dice as this bowl of mixed nuts comes flying at the lounge singer's head. You may take a reaction. What would you like to do? Are you dodging out of the way? Are you taking it full force and proving your bravery?
I rolled 1 success. My lore is 4. I like to roll lore on Tommy because I know his garbage. I know stuff about him.
Okay, wait, so what did you roll?
I rolled lore.
You rolled lore on Tommy.
Mm-hmm. Because he's a regular. He's always here.
He is a regular. And you're using your reaction to
say...
Sort of scream back at him?
To scream, Tommy, I know your mom is sick, but that is not the way you need to be acting right now.
Ooh.
Sophia, Maria, this has nothing to do with that. Don't talk about my family and never even say my mother's name.
You're lashing out.
Tears, as you mention his mama, stream down his face. The instant regret that flashes across his face. But the peanuts have already left his hand. So I need you to make an agility roll to dodge if you would like to not be hit in the face with a bowl of peanuts. And how many die would you like to spend?
I don't.
You don't.
I am going to let it hit me.
Okay. You stone cold this buckshot of peanuts. Pop, 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 tap, 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 tap. As each one of these peanuts, honey roasted, leave flecks of salt and ping, almost like small agitation, nothing too bad, until that bowl, smack, cracks you right in the nose. Would you please take a damage as blood starts gushing from your face?
That's also your dice pool.
That you just remove one, that you no longer have that dice. You have been damaged.
But can I respond is the question. Not like to defend against it, I mean.
Speaking? Oh yeah, speaking is free action. You can do whatever you like.
I believe part of who I am in this moment would respond not in a Carrie-like way, because I'm not going to just go and murder everyone, because it's not really a nice thing to do.
God.
And I'm not allowed to
You're
do
not allowed
that
to murder. Nope.
anymore. So I'm going to look at my dear idiot that just threw these peanuts at me.
Mm-hmm.
And my eyes are going to go black.
Okay.
And I'm going to do my thing.
Before you do, I'm going to do a scene change just to check in
On the booze.
on the booze. So I will say this. Blood rushes down your nose. The crack stuns the Clover Club. And for the first time in over 30 minutes that the Clover Club has been open and waffling and scrambling and appeasing, finally goes quiet as everyone stares at their beloved singer as blood pours down their nose and onto their nice clothes, and they stare at Tommy. They lock eyes as their eyes go black. Their mouth opens, and we cut outside. You're waiting in an alleyway. It's a pretty cold, dark night. It's not too bright out either. The moon is barely but a sliver, and the clouds sort of obscure any light that she might have provided. There's too much pollution and industry for there to be stars this deep in the city.
I sure miss the stars. I'm wearing an oversized trench coat that is like a man's. It's kind of that gray houndstooth, and it's very warm, but it doesn't really go with my outfit too well. Underneath, she's wearing silver and black sequins with the fringe at the bottom and the straight low neckline.
You sit out there comforted by this coat, while slightly annoyed that it clashes with your very snazzy outfit.
Someday we're gonna have furs. Someday, Bootsy.
But you still smile with a sense of accomplishment as you remember back to this morning when you spotted the man who first used to own that coat. And your hand just sort of brushes the lapel and flits with the inside as
Smells deeply.
she smells deeply, and as she lifts the cuff, you see stitched on the inside, as if the man who owned this coat was a toddler, what seems to be the remains of stitching from maybe his wife or partner. This coat belongs to Ryan Dunphy. Just as a little,
Do I know Ryan, or did I steal this from Ryan?
is there a difference?
I think Ryan and I had a fling.
Ooh.
And I took the coat and I didn't call him, but I wonder if I shoulda. I think about him whenever I sniff deeply from the neckline of this jacket. He was too nice for me, too good of a boy. I don't deserve someone like him. Except for, his wife. And that was the problem, too.
As you smell deeply the scent of Ryan Dunphy, an old lover, someone you still think about, someone who is definitely married and was definitely married, but he worked at the newspaper and he used to buy you an ice cream cone every Sunday, and he was a nice guy.
It was the most wholesome thing I ever did in my life, eating that ice cream with that sweet Dunphy boy.
He also definitely never, ever felt when you nicked a couple of quarters from his wallet every now and then.
He definitely felt it, but it was a fun game we played. Anyway, where is this booze?
And with that, you see in the distance one headlight, and you hear a car.
Run out into the street.
Struggling. You run out into the street, and they slam on the brakes. And you see Billy and Marty O'Shanahan. They are the boys. They are the runners from Miss O'Bannon. They have been long-time runners. This is very unusual. They look proper scuffed up. When the car finally stops and your eyes adjust to the darkness once the headlights have finally sort of dissipated and the stars in your eyes, you were reminiscing about wishing to see stars. They are suddenly in your vision. And as you wipe away and you see that the car is riddled with bullet holes.
Oh my goodness, boys! Billy, Marty, oh, you sweet dolls. And I'm going to lean in the open window of the driver's seat and kiss smooches on the cheeks. Oh, I'm so glad you're alive. What happened?
The boys blush, and one who has his arm gripped tightly in his left hand. There's a little bit of blood coming from his arm.
Don't worry, miss. It was just a scratch. I swear it didn't. I did honorably. You should have seen it. It was crazy. We were on the run, and oh my gosh. Is everything okay? Is Miss Naomi okay?
She is absolutely furious, and you better be glad you're bleeding, because that's the only way she would accept this non-punctuality. So if you better get in there and then go into the locker room, and I bet some of the gals will patch you right up.
Okay.
Which one's
Marty is the one gripping his arm. He has dark eyes. Billy sort of makes him move his hand to see how bad the injury is, as you say, go and get fixed up. And they're sort of wrestling. They're brothers. They're twins. They both are around 19, 18. Hard to tell. You've known them for a long time, Bootsy. You both grew up together in the boarding house. Once you were of age to work and were useful to society, you were able to go out on your own and make a living.
I'm a spry 25, so they're like younger brothers to me.
They were your younger brothers. As Marty moves his hand from the wound, you can see it's a clean exit, almost like a crescent moon shape. It is definitely not life-threatening, but probably pretty painful to a kid who's never been shot yet.
Oh, they took a chunk out of you.
This is gonna be amazing, don't you understand? I'm a hero now. Billy. I got shot first. I told you I was the one that was gonna get shot first. Yeah, all right, Marty. I know, Marty. But this doesn't count. This isn't even a bullet wound. This is a scratch.
As they start fighting, as they pulling themselves out. And as they fall out of the car, just sort of bickering with each other and bleeding all over the place, Marty's foot gets caught on one of the tarps and pulls the tarp off the car.
Marty!
Don't worry, I got Marty. Billy says as he scrambles to his feet.
I'm not worried about Marty, I'm worried about the product.
You worry about the product and you look down and there is a beautiful, full set of fresh moonshine.
Triple X, my favorite.
Triple X, unmarked, freshly corked. This looks like the good stuff. And not only that, there's something about it. This is not your usual stuff. This looks like stuff that usually gets sent more to the Nightingale Club or the TikTok Club. This is high-level shelf.
Oh, wait a minute, Billy.
Yeah, what?
Are you sure this is for us? I mean, maybe this is why someone was shooting at you. This is way too nice for this joint.
No, you don't understand. I told you. Hang on, Marty, can you just go in? Yeah, okay, I'm going in. I'm a tough guy. I'm a tough
Marty,
guy.
carry this in, because if O'Bannon sees you and you're not carrying any product, well, bullet wound or not, she will throw you out on the street.
Oh, boy, I got shot and I gotta still do work tonight.
You still got one good arm.
Yeah, well, fine. Why don't you grab a crate, too,
I
if
will.
it's so dire? You all grab a crate and do a walk and talk.
Walk and talk, Sorkin style. Let's go.
And on the way in, Billy starts telling you a tale. And we cut back into as the doors swing open and these crates are being shuffled in to the establishment.
All right, move out of the way. Coming through to the bar.
Your friend shouts coming through to the bar. You notice that as you enter, there's a weird calm about the room.
I
And
haven't wiped the
everyone
blood
is
off. It's still there,
staring.
too.
Somebody die? Iffy.
You see the visage of Iffy, blood streaming down her face. Hasn't moved to wipe it. The blood is staining her blouse and is pooling on the ground, almost as if it had just happened. And you see her eyes go dark and her mouth open.
In dreams I hear a melody, a hymn straight up from hell, a haunting song of woe and warning, a horrid future tells. The ire of looming enemies is coming for you all. The security to know will inevitably be your fall. What happened to your leadership? What will become of you? The only thing I see for you is unexpected doom.
So beautiful. Bootsy runs up on stage and leaps onto it and pulls that same handkerchief she wipes Sophia's tears with and wipes the blood away from Iffy's face. Darling, what happened? Who did this to you? Beautiful song, by the way.
What song?
Do you have amnesia or something? You just sang a beautiful song.
Iffy, I'm going to give you an extra insight point
Whoa.
for that beautiful song that you just wrote and performed. Spend that how you like. And I believe you were using a hypnotic tone for that.
I might have been. I don't know. I wasn't really there.
Okay, beautiful. And remind me what hypnotic tone does?
When your character performs a complex action to persuade someone to do something they may not want to do, add 1 to the result on each dice.
Okay, I'm going to have you do a roll. As your friend wipes up the mess on your face, I want to see booze of high variety has just been brought in. I'm going to have this be the final social roll as our pools are getting quite low. This will be our first for real collective roll since you were out in the alley last time. So, Bootsy, you have brought in liquor and you are mopping up your dear friend's face. Iffy, you have just sang a song of the like that you do not every night, but on the good nights, the nights when you know you've gone into the artistic flow, when everyone says it was such a beautiful song, you spoke to my spirit, and you never really remember what you say, but it's such a nice feeling to know you're connecting with people, even though it's not something that you get to hold on to. And Sophia, it's your first night opening solo at the Clover Club, and your friend has been assaulted, you've been screamed at, you have not gone according to plan, Naomi is going to do quite a lot of punishment in the form of verbal lashings, most likely at the end of this night. Unless, right now, everything that you have just done can soothe this bar. So one final collective roll to get this Clover Club in order before all hell might break loose. Grab whatever dice you would like to add. This is going to be a hard roll because there have been several non-successes to ease the crowd. So you will need 3 successes to get this bar under order. Since liquor has come in for Becca, I'm going to say your character Bootsy, I'm going to add 1 automatic success since patrons can see booze entering the bar. So together you have to get 2 successes. You have sang, so use that status, your knack of hypnotic tone and your presence. What are you doing as your friend is being mocked? Is there anything you would like to react to?
So is the roll to see if the song was successful?
It is a collective roll to get a hold of the energy of this room. So
I can tell you what Bootsy would like to do.
Great.
I would like to take control of the temperature of the room by socking Tommy right in the nose.
Great. You take bouncer duty. Someone has assaulted one of the family members. When that happens, you get exiled from the Clover Club. This is a regular. He should know better. You take control. I would like an athletics roll what would you like to argue for that? A melee combat. You are removing this man from the premises. This smartly dressed flapper girl in a long pea coat goes to pick up this straggler.
And I think I'm going to start walking towards the bar, but then I don't make eye contact with Tommy. He doesn't see it coming. Can I use my knack of cheap shot?
Absolutely.
This needs to be as a reaction, and I can melee attack with +1
Absolutely.
damage.
Tommy is still sobbing while staring at Sophia Marie, who knows his mother far too well, and has not taken his eyes off of her and has been singing a few Hail Marys and is using you as a confessional. You are his priest in this moment, whether you like it or not. And before you roll, I'm going to ask, what would you like to do? As this man has been confessing to you, there's booze and chaos, and
This is a jazz club.
it's a jazz club.
And so I think to ramp up the energy, I'm gonna do like a brrr, and like just like start like changing
You
the energy.
hit the keys. This is an all-out bar fight. If the energy in the room, which you've been smelling all day, has been a little spicy, that isn't always a bad thing. But sometimes the best nights at the Clover Club are the ones when everything gets a little messy. So provide a little theme music to add to the chaos. All of you, roll your dice. The plan has been laid. The mood has been set. The Clover Club is in full swing.
I am going to re-roll that because I am smart.
Okay,
and I
great.
know better than...
I failed, but I still... Oh, no, I'd have to succeed to get the +1 damage. I failed.
I did mention that I gave you an instant success for bringing in the liquor.
Love that for me.
I will count that as your pool's success since that was your task that you were in charge of.
Thank you.
Can I use that for lore?
Lore. On it, actually, I'm going to say, since your songs have divination's power and you were divining the possible future of doom, I'll let you have lore for that.
Boom, success. 'Cause I have 2 5s and a 4.
Nice.
2 5s and a 4. Okay. Wait, 2 5s?
Yeah, I rolled 3.
Oh, okay. That's 2 successes. And you got the 1 success.
Just the one you
Just
kindly
the one
gave
that
me
we
for
did
being
at the beginning?
patron of booze.
That's fine. You bring down the keys and you take a cheap shot behind Tommy and you get him under your arm. But the chaos in the room is so abrupt that no one really quite hears the piano keys. It's another sound in the cacophony of noise that is starting to get louder and louder in this club. It doesn't quite have the effect of coercing the crowd in the way that you were hoping. And Tommy, who is now an inconsolable mess because he has been confessing to way too many sins, is a sort of dead weight. And you get him under your arms, but you can't quite get him outside. But the room does still stop. It doesn't matter that the piano went unheard or that Tommy is inconsolable. The room is loud because everyone is humming. The drinks get passed around. Naomi, quick at work behind the bar. This top shelf liquor makes the rounds. First round free on the house. Sorry for the wait, folks. It gets passed. Card tables get filled, but no one's eyes leave Iffy Fitzgerald. It's one of the good nights. The patrons know the difference when you sing versus when you tell. And tonight, they were here on a night when they heard one of Iffy Fitzgerald's future songs, the ones that seem to always come true, so everyone always makes sure to listen in case something pertains to them, and they might be able to dodge a fate that is maybe on the path to ruin. And it is quiet, and it is somber, and the card tables resume, and the liquor is running. You have calmed this place back to its regular ruckus.
I like to call it a false sense of security.
Well, Iffy, I don't know what you did, but it seems like people really responded to that one.
Okay.
The night continues. Naomi looks a lot less red in the face, more of her normal red tomato as the drinks are bought. But you know that because of your dear friend, Iffy Fitzgerald, maybe you didn't have such a terrible first day, as Peter finally is back in the Clover Club. Weary and stressed, you see some blood on his hem as he comes from the back room. You know, Bootsy, that he may have been tending to young Marty's gunshot wounds in the back as the inciting incident and chaos has developed in this bar. And you are presented with a round of shots with a warm smile from Peter, who is grateful that the day he was gone and the day he's just not quite feeling up to it didn't all go to hell. And you cheers, take a shot.
Another day in paradise.
Another day in paradise.
Yay.
And as the liquor burns, we fade. And just before you can feel the moonshine hit your belly, you feel inspired. I want you all to take one more extra insight.
Ooh!
That cool, warm spice of free liquor. And that is where we end this episode. Please come back if you want to hear the rest of our tale. Why the bullet holes? How much more free liquor? How many more things will be stolen or procured? Will this nightingale sing again or try to get poached by other lounges? And will our pianist ever feel confident to take up the mantle from our dear Peter? I don't know. Find out next week as shenanigans ensue. Bye-bye.